Well, I'm joined by the Australian's chief cartoonist, Johannes Leak. Johannes, how are you?
Well, Jack, good to see you.
Really good to see you, as always. Well, it's been a ripper week in news, so let's jump straight into the cartoons. Space travel. It looks like everybody wants to be a member of Star Trek nowadays.
Yeah, this is a great cartoon from Mark Knight, based on the story that William Shatner of Star Trek fame was able to fly up to, up into space on the Blue Origin spaceship in his well into his 90s, and we've got him saying, "You call this the future of space travel? Back in my day, Scotty would beam me up. We had warp speed, photon torpedoes, and stun phasers." And somebody saying, "Who brought him?"
I love it. It looks a rather portly Captain Kirk impersonation as well.
He's bringing everybody down. That's right, yeah.
That's so good. Let's move on to the next one. Victorians, their Freedom Day. Is it at risk?
Well, look, this one I thought was probably my favourite cartoon of the week, also by Mark Knight, and he's got this beautiful drawing here of Bondi Beach, the lifeguards in their tower, and they're watching as a classic sort of refugee boat is running aground on the shores of the beach there, full of with a white flag and all these desperate people jumping off, and the lifeguard is simply saying Victorians. They're all that we all know where they'd probably rather be right now. Coming from a Melbourne cartoonist or a Victoria-based cartoonist, I think that's possibly sums up the mood really well.
A little bit of envy maybe at how the government's handling it here. Let's go to another Mark Knight one. This is great. It's the 4,000 bed intensive care unit, but does it actually exist?
Yeah, that's right. Well, he's got the ambulance with sirens blaring, and one of the driver or the co-driver is saying, "Our patient is in a serious condition with COVID, but I told them not to worry. The state government has been preparing for this since 2020, when Dan said he'd convert a big space like the exhibition building into a 4,000 bed intensive care unit." And it's just so clever the way he's sort of drawn this from behind this facade. And there's the paramedic opening the door at the bottom, and it's just empty space. Just beautiful.
It's very clever. It's very clever. Look, if you've been confused by the roadmaps before, Warren Brown's tried to clear some stuff up. What is going on with this sign?
Yeah, this is lovely too. This is just a sort of feel-good cartoon, for a Freedom Day cartoon, when finally the roadmap was pointing in the directions of all the things that we've missed: the pub, the club, the barber, the cafe, the restaurant, the hairdresser, and the gym. And there's the little bloke who's celebrating on his knees, at last, for New South Wales.
And speaking of hairdressers, I think a couple of barbers may have been confronted with this scene when they opened on Monday.
Yeah, this is Warren Brown again, and he's sort of riffing on the same kind of subject matter. He's got the barber saying, "And how would Madame like her first post-COVID hairstyle?" And there's the little eye on the other side of the head saying, "I'm on this side." So, so covered in hair, couldn't even make out the face, which is lovely too.
Yeah, it looks like a cousinette from the Addams family almost. Exactly. You can barely see what's in there. Well, Johannes, thank you so much for your insights. Really appreciate it.